Welcome to another edition of the Truth Zone. And of course, the halftime show was as satanic as ever. Of course, they had the show, and the letter X has to do with Osiris rising. You can go do some research, and a lot of celebrities, one time or the other, have crossed their arms like an X. And it has to do with Osiris rising. It is one of the occult themes that they love to showcase, that they love to use. Case in point, Elon Musk changing Twitter to X. And this is why they showcased this symbol during this performance during the halftime show. It's also very interesting that they had Samuel L. Jackson here. Samuel L. Jackson is a big-time puppet, just like Kendrick Lamar is a big-time puppet. And Samuel L. Jackson was playing the role of Uncle Sam during this performance, and they had a American-type theme during said performance. And of course, America has been rooted in Freemasonry, and right here you will see him showing the 666 hand sign. Or I guess he may be a Donald Trump fan. But this is just more truth in plain sight. They have to constantly show you and tell you who they are down with, what they are about. So this is why he had to sneak the 666 hand sign in there during this halftime performance. And again, this was nothing more than more rituals. This was nothing more than more truth in plain sight. Again, they constantly have to show you and tell you exactly what they are about over and over and over again. And this performance was no different, because they also had to showcase the inverted pyramid. Because why not? Because they are obsessed with the pyramid. The pyramid represents what you see even on the back of the dollar bill. The pyramid and the all-seeing eye. This is another one of the symbols that these people love to use constantly. So it's no surprise that they had to showcase the inverted pyramid during this performance. Again, this was nothing more than yet another satanic ritual. And of course, they had to do it in such a way, though, where they were trying to be more hidden with the symbolism that they were showing. But at the end of the day, the symbolism is there. And they constantly have to show you over and over again what they are about. This is truth in plain sight. These halftime shows are nothing more than an energy harvesting ritual. This is why they also had to showcase the ritual circle. This is more occultic stuff. They showcased the inverted pyramid and the ritual circle both. Because again, they are showing you and telling you exactly who they serve, what they are about, what they are down with. And this is nothing more than more Illuminati satanic rituals that you are seeing. And again, they were trying to make it more hidden than usual. They were trying to not make it as blatant like they normally do. But when you see the signs, when you see the symbols, you will see things for what they are. And again, they are obsessed with the ritual circles, and they are obsessed with the inverted pyramids. The ritual circles have to do with magic. The ritual circles have to do with witchcraft. So this is, again, why you see the things that they show and why you see them do the things that they do. Because again, this all boils down to rituals. This all boils down to sacrifices. And it's very interesting here during the ritual circle, they had just the red and white around the ritual circle. And when white and red are together, that usually has to do with a blood sacrifice. Again, they were going with the American theme, though, because they had the red, the white, and the blue. But once again, this is nothing more than another satanic ritual, this is nothing more than another Freemason ritual that you are seeing. And it's very interesting, at the very end of the performance, it says game over. Now, he had the stage honestly set up like a controller, a game controller, like a PlayStation controller almost. But then it says game over at the end when you had the American theme going on. So could that be symbolism for things to come? I guess time will tell, but I find that very interesting, to say the least, because they are always showing their symbolism. They are always showing their signs, no matter what. And again, they were trying to keep the signs and the symbols to a minimum, but they still showcased the same signs and symbolisms as they always do, because even during the pre-show, they showcased the Masonic floor. They showcased Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley standing on the Freemason checkerboard floor. So again, there is more symbolism for everybody to see, because again, they can't help themselves. They have to constantly show you and tell you what they are about. These sporting events are nothing more than a major distraction. That's what it all boils down to at the end of the day. These sporting events are nothing more than a bunch of energy harvesting rituals. And let's not even talk about the stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Again, I can't really discuss said stuff on this platform. And even before the show, they did some mockery, because they had Lady Gaga do a performance, and she was dressed in all white. And this was in the area of where the incident took place with the white truck. It was in, New Orleans. So it's very interesting that they chose to have this witch do a performance before the show, because she chose to color all white, and the truck that crashed into the crowd was all white. So that is some very interesting symbolism, to say the least. So they couldn't help themselves when they chose to have Lady Gaga at this show, because why wouldn't they? Because she is a satanic puppet, just like Kendrick Lamar, just like Samuel L. Jackson. And even during the national anthem, they had to showcase the upside down cross with this guy playing the piano. And the symbolism on his piano is very interesting in and of itself, because there's a lot of symbolism on here that is tied to the occult, tied to mind control, tied to MK Ultra. And it's just right out in the open. It is very blatant, all of the symbolism that they choose to have constantly, because look, you will see the butterfly symbolism. And again, that has to do with mind control. That has to do with MK Ultra. So of course, they had to showcase the butterfly during this performance. And I know this video was mainly about the halftime show, but there was some symbolism throughout this garbage game, because again, this game is nothing more than a psyop, a distraction. That's all that it is. It's a way to steal your focus. It's a way to divert your attention off of real pressing matters. These people are all part of the club. All of these sports leagues are scripted. All of these sports leagues are rigged. And all of this stuff is nothing more than a bunch of rituals. And that's what it all boils down to at the end of the day. So this is why they had to showcase the inverted pyramid, among other things. And again, I find it very interesting that they showcased the American theme and they ended the halftime performance with the words game over. What that could mean, I have no idea. I guess time will surely tell. But again, it's just more truth in plain sight. These people have to constantly, no matter what, these people have to constantly show you what they are about over and over and over again, because these people are about repetition. So it's no surprise that we've seen the inverted pyramid, among other things. It's no surprise at all, because again, this is what these people are about. I'm just shocked that during the show, They didn't have any black and white symbolism. And you can say that they kind of had symbolism for the cube of Saturn because the pyramid was inside of this cube. Now, the cube wasn't black per se, but the field was darkened, obviously, during the halftime show. But again, maybe that's just reaching that one. But regardless, they always are showing their signs and their symbols no matter what. And this halftime show was no different from the rest of the halftime shows. All of these halftime shows are nothing more than a bunch of demonic rituals, and everything else surrounding said show. And that's what I call it, a show, because all of these sports leagues are rigged, and football is just like the WWE. It's a script. So yeah, it's a show, all right. And everything surrounding the Super Bowl or the superb Owl Bowl is scripted and rigged, is satanic, and they constantly show you their signs and their symbols. I thank you for taking your time to watch another edition of the Truth Zone. God bless you and your families, and this is Truth Seeker signing out.